What is going on, guys? Today we've got Genola Foot Fantasy Hero, or Fantasy Foot Heroes, a 5-star, 5-star 91, a big upgrade for the Frenchman. He's gone from a left mid in Ligue 1 to a Premier League striker, very much like last year, but with the shapeshifter he was a 98 at the end of the game, which was absolutely spectacular. I kind of hope they do the same vibe this year, but there is a chance for a 93 Ginola if Newcastle do it for him. They've got to win one in their next 6 matches and also avoid defeat in their next 6 matches for him to get upgrades. More on that in a bit. He can be a left mid, cam, left wing or striker, and the stats are obviously impeccable. The 5-star, 5-star puts him as pretty much one of the best strikers in the Prem. Him and Haaland together would be a nightmare to go against. Him and Mbappe, him and Haaland, him and R9. He is one of the best strikers in the game now. He's came into the game as a left mid that everybody wants, and we know full well that striker version is what we really wanted. And we've got it. A 91 by any means. He will be incredible. Currently coming in extinct at 5 million. I was kind of expecting his price to be really capped at 10 personally. Not that anybody can afford that anyway, but that is obviously the price you can get him for. I would imagine he goes up in value, just purely for the fact, if we look at the most expensive card in the game currently, we're looking at 14.75 million for Mbappe, as well as 14.2 for Hullet. R9 is, or R10 in fact, is extinct at 15. I gotta admit, Genola's gotta be up there. If Messi 98 is coming in at 6.8, I would expect Genola to be at that sort of price, a little bit higher on the end. We know that he's not going to be able to be bought at 5 mil. That, for me, if you're looking at 5 mil, you're thinking of prime Ronaldinho, you're looking at World Cup Pele, maybe prime Pele there. Personally, I think Genola's got more demand for him than them players personally, especially as well being new. So it'll be interesting to see if there is a price range added to him. So let's jump into him. I think we haven't got that. So where the story is, that should give us where he could actually be upgraded, as the fantasy foots have that. But the heroes at the moment doesn't look like that's there. So it'll be interesting to see when we can. But we know we can pretty much gain a +1. Should do in at least the next game or two for Newcastle. At the end of it, we'll have a look and see who Newcastle have next, but the +2 would be spectacular for him. So let's jump into Genola and see what this 5-star, 5-star has in store for us. Are you tired of using players like this? I would much rather have teams more like this. Then I recommend going over to skycoach.gg for all of your coaching and coins needs. They are cheap, fast and reliable, but at the checkout make sure you are using code JT11 for a discount on your orders. Back to the video. Straight to Genola then. We know full well this guy is absolutely fantastic, as we've managed to find our way through. How on earth we missed that Bicey, but Genola is always a class act. 5-star, 5-star. He just has everything about him that you need. We're going to try and find him here. Normally, already 2 minutes in and the guy has already scored. It just doesn't stop. The fact that he can have the 3-star link already as well is just incredible. Not that you probably don't have too many Prems in your team. It's nice that you don't even have to have a team that links with him, and he still can give you that ability. So we go for the left foot. Probably should have passed it. Inside. Goes for a right foot finesse. That definitely was the left, and I think that is always a big thing with Genola, is the fact that he has got that 5-star weak foot as well. It just adds so many more options to him, as we find Cruyff here, and I was going for Genola, but Bale's going to get on the score sheet instead. Find him in here, get the assist play on the go. Cruyff trying to find his way through Weghorst there. I think with Genola as well, he just has every capability you need for a striker. 6'1", has the physicals, the skill move, the weak foot, everything about him, especially seeing as though he was added into the game, is spectacular. It's what you need, and especially when we do get one in the end of the game, end game sort of strikers are incredible. Then add in 91, 2, 3. You're just looking at a card that can easily last you for the rest of the game 100% of the time. Finds him in here, looking for the finesse again. It's Henderson with a big save, just trying the distance out, because we know with Genola, he's going to score tap-ins, he's going to score any sort of chance that you can kind of give him in and around the box. I want to see what his long foot's always all about, as well as then just trying some extra stuff with him. We're looking for him again, if we can. We find he's trying the offside trap. We find Pele. We can see him just one more over, dancing in between the lines. Oh, that's a solid ball. Ginola's easily got the chip, and it's the final 3 for the win. I think another thing with his price personally is the fact that his normal heroes, which has been out from pretty much day one, is still 1.4 mil. The fact that this one's 5 mil on the actual extinction price, I feel like they've got it way off. 1.5 mil when most other heroes are at least at the very minimum sub 500k. I feel like there's only a couple now that are at that sort of price, and Genola definitely stands tall in being the most expensive. You just know that he's got to be at least a 10 mil player. Over the top, can we go against Virgil? It's a good header. Doesn't manage to get the reflexes there, but definitely putting up a fight. If you're going against anybody and you want a striker to kind of get one over Virgil, then obviously Genola's going to be in that big shout. Finding the through ball as he got the body on Virgil. Finds it back. It's a great ball from Pires, and he's just offside this time. And again, he's going to look for the stop. Tries to ping it across. Pele's going to come in and try and steal it. Big pace down the wing. He's got Casemiro in pursuit. He should absolutely burn him for pace, which, to be honest, Casemiro has absolutely stood him down to the ground. And it just shows the levels we're now at with these sort of cards. It is obviously I believe the team of the tournament, Casemiro there. So he has got a little bit of the pace increase, which means you can't literally just go down the wing and absolutely burn him. But we will have players that most definitely won't be able to have that same sort of level as we find an absolute scorcher with Genola. So going into the overall for Genola then. In terms of price, we're still sitting at 5 mil. I guarantee there should be none sold. Yeah, there should be none. If you have packed him, tradable, don't sell him yet. I feel like if you could actually get him for 5 mil, it is the easiest amount of coins you could possibly earn, because there is no way that this guy goes for just 5 mil. Like I said, in terms of the top players on this game, you're looking what? Underneath Prime Ronaldinho. I personally think the hype of him, especially at the start, has got to be more. He's got to be at least over 7 to 8 mil at the minimum. If we're bought in a new Mbappe, yes, 91 to 97 is a big difference, but Genola with a 5.5 is always going to add a huge value. It's just naturally will. We've got Haaland at 4 mil. Now the hype's kind of gone for him. But even so, a 4.4, Ginola is bound to be more expensive. He's got to be. Number 1 on the list. He's going to be the most expensive player out of these fantasy foots. And he's just an absolutely incredible player, as we know. We already know he's had a +2 in frees across the board, from an 89 to a 91, as well as obviously having that striker position changed, but still can be left mid if you want. Both of them are 5.5 as well, and that's what it makes it so interesting to be 1.4 mil still. Obviously, to start with, 2.7, kind of dipped a little bit, could get him at a mil, and then now the kind of demand is back there. We have actually technically dropped since then as well. So if we went just even a week or two ago, he was 1.55, which is absolutely crazy. With obviously the fact he could be 92 and potentially be 93, which would be the interesting fact as well. In terms of Newcastle, who have they got next? Fixtures. Newcastle in the domestic league, is Man City. So that's always nice. In fact, no, it goes from the 17th of March. Of course it does. So their first match under this kind of ruling is Nottingham Forest away. Should be a win. Newcastle's form should be a win. They then have Man U after that. So realistically, in my favour, I'd kind of not want that. I'd wanted a draw if I was thinking for Genola. Personally, I want the win, obviously. Then West Ham, Brentford, Villa, Tottenham. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So realistically, if I'm being more diplomatic from obviously what the actual runnings are, because Aston Villa could run them a mockery. It can happen. The Premier League's a really interesting one to see how it would work, but Forest should be a win. Man U, I would hope, is a loss, but a draw at the minimum. West Ham, they should win. Brentford should win, but Brentford have technically been doing really well this year. Villa bouncing on a little bit of form. They should technically win still. And Spurs, again, it depends on what type of Spurs team picks up. I feel like, again, that could be... It could be a loss, but could be a win as well. That one, I feel like Man U and Tottenham are the only ones where I'm thinking they shouldn't necessarily win, or it should be a lot harder than what they've actually been doing this season. But there is a chance for him to be 93. Very, very interesting to see how that goes. A 92 at the minimum would be perfect, and I believe there is at least one win. So realistically, we'll do him again at 92 or 93, whatever he comes out as, with the final upgrade for him. But he is just absolutely spectacular. Chemistry star-wise, we're obviously going for that Hunter. That is going to be the number one to go for, with 99 pace, 95 shooting with 97 finishing, an incredible striker and a must try out. Get the objective done for his loan, give him a go, and let me know what you think about him. But other than that, make sure you do like and subscribe, and we'll be back with another hero review. Peace.